Good evening and welcome to the Nevis Newscast for today, Wednesday, December 9th, 2015. I'm Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Now for the news in detail. As Premier and Minister of Finance, the Honorable Vance Amory presented the Nevis Island Administration's 2016 budget address yesterday, Tuesday, December 8th. He outlined a number of new programs and initiatives that the NIA will implement in the new year. Among those initiatives was a request that the federal government approve the establishment of a division of the Citizenship by Investment CBI unit in Nevis.
And this, we think, will help in the greater efficiency of the processing, as the vetting work would be done here before being passed on to the main office in St. Kitts. Despite the competition towards CBI programs from neighboring OECS countries and the previous delays in processing the applications at the CBI office, my administration is confident that the newly initiated reforms for the CBI program will once again make our program viable and provide renewed interest for foreign direct investment into Nevis.
According to Premier Amory, in addition to ongoing investment projects, a number of condo development projects have been approved in principle, and the NIA has made recommendation for these projects to be classified under the Citizenship by Investment program.
It is worthy to note, Mr. President, as part of our new policy, that projects which will be approved in Nevis for the CBI program, that these projects will be required to develop a core hotel and amenities as part of the project. And this has to be an integral part of the CBI program in the future, as it creates employment in the construction stage of the development, but provides also other long-term employment as hotel rooms are added to our tourism plant. It will also drive the airlines' willingness to increase the number of seats to serve the St. Kitts and Nevis market. Mr. President, it's always a policy of this administration to move these projects speedily from pre-construction to construction stage, as we seek to expand our thriving construction sector as well, and to add to our tourism plant, while providing the opportunity for increased employment, both short-term and long-term.
Premier and Minister of Finance, the Honorable Vance Amory. Meantime, the continued economic growth in the St. Kitts and Nevis and the conducive atmosphere for doing business in the Twin Island Federation were spotlighted on a WTOP-FM in Washington, D.C. Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris, while attending the launch of the magazine Belong, which promotes the Citizenship by Investment CBI programs of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dominica and Grenada, was interviewed for WTOP-FM. He shared critical information about the Federation's CBI program, noting that any investment in St. Kitts and Nevis is worthwhile. He said St. Kitts and Nevis is a growing country which stands out around the world as being one of the highest performers, with a 6% economic growth, according to an average of 2013 and 2014 statistics by the International Monetary Fund. This year, St. Kitts and Nevis is envisaged to have a 5% growth rate. Prime Minister Harris said these factors, coupled with the country's natural beauty, strong democratic principles, and progressive economic policies, make the Federation an attractive alternative avenue for those wishing to invest. He reiterated that St. Kitts and Nevis is open for legitimate business, and added that his government has been working diligently to strengthen its Citizenship by Investment program. The success of the recently commissioned rapid bioassay of pesticide residue laboratory at the Agriculture Experimental Station hinges on the premise that entrepreneurs adhere to the St. Christopher and Nevis Vegetable and Fruit Safety Management Operation regulations, so noted Director of Agriculture Keithley Amry when he addressed the laboratory's official opening ceremony on December 2nd.
Entrepreneurs who buy into this concept will be given a certificate indicating that their crops or products have been tested and are free from organophosphates, carbamates, and fungicide residues. It's also visualized that the crops themselves would bear our buy local and the safety mark logos that will be placed on those crops that have been tested. It's very important that we also have the importers of fresh fruits and vegetables on board. Some of the fruits or vegetables can or may slip through the US screening process. And as another study stated, and I quote, even tiny allowable amounts of pesticides may affect our brain chemistry.
Amry expressed the hope that farmers, importers, hotels, and restaurants would buy into the concept of having their fruits and vegetables tested for pesticide residues before passing them on to the consumers.
Most importantly, in all of this service is free to you. Not free to the Taiwanese government, but it's free to you. So I'm hoping that you can participate in this program. Approximately 23% of the insecticides we use here in the Federation are organophosphates, and 39% are carbamate based. Of the fungicides, 14% are in the same target group. So as you can see, they use quite a bit of those fungicides and insecticides that are within the target group that we would like to be testing for.
The establishment of the laboratory, Amry noted, is an integral part of the vegetable, fruit, and upland crop quality and safety improvement project for St. Kitts and Nevis.
Means, therefore, that our farmers would be trained in both good agricultural practices and good pesticide management practices to ensure that safe, healthy, and high-quality products are provided to consumers. Some of this training has already been undertaken. I sincerely like to thank the past project manager, Mr. Fernando Ye, for putting forward our request for a rapid bioassay of pesticide residues laboratory here on Nevis. I know every time I spoke to him for the past year, I always gave him a gentle reminder of how important it was to have our own laboratory here on Nevis. I would also like to thank Mr. Liu for ensuring that he did the follow-up work such that he's been working closely with the Department of Agriculture in making this laboratory here a reality.
He added that the Department of Agriculture is grateful to the Taiwanese government for its continued support of agricultural development on Nevis. Still to come.
Just let us enjoy our Christmas starting with New York Main Street.
The details after this break.
Hey, you know it's your groovy soca monarch king, your boy Speedy, and I'm here with the Inland Revenue Department, and I love my side dish. And guess what? I also love Nevis too. And as a responsible taxpayer, your tax dollars help to build our nation. So I'm here to tell you, pay your taxes on time and be a responsible citizen. And don't get me wrong, it's a serious song. I pay my taxes. Boom!
Welcome back.
On December 1st, World AIDS Day, we had our first art open house, which was held at the Health Promotion Unit's office on Dew Street in Charlestown. The event was basically an event to showcase art pieces from the various primary schools that entered our art competition. We also had a game room, we had video room, we had Lucky Dip, and free HIV testing and a host of other things throughout the day. We did not get the outcome that we expected. However, we expect that next year when we do this again, it will have a greater outcome and more people will be coming to support the open house. We would like to thank Miss Diane Hobson, who did a wonderful job on our decorations. The open house was wonderfully decorated and we really appreciated her help.
Health educator Shavani Nisbet speaking about the turnout at the recently held Art Open House, one of the activities hosted by the Health Promotion Unit to mark the observance of World AIDS Day. Nisbet also spoke about the final activity to commemorate World AIDS Day on Nevis.
Our second and final event for World AIDS Day this year will be our National Testing Day, which will be held on Friday, December the 11th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Ministry of Health parking lot across the street from Best Buy in Charlestown. On this day, we will also be having free hepatitis B testing. So both tests will be done on the same day and they are both same day results. Just remember, it's important to know your status. We are getting to 0.
The Ministry of Health here on Nevis has been participating in National Testing Day since December of 2008, making this year the 8th hosting of the event. The global theme for World AIDS Day is Getting to 0. The second annual Miracle on Main Street will take place this Friday, December 11th, in the streets of Charlestown, in the vicinity of the D.R. Walwyn Plaza and the Nevis Tourism Authority. Miracle on Main Street, a display of the traditional Nevisian Christmas, is an initiative of the Department of Community Development. Director Janet Maloney told us what will be available.
We have extended it to the day now. The department now will have it a twofold event, a bazaar plus the performances in the afternoon starting at 3 o'clock. Well, the bazaar, we would have included the abattoir, and they will have meats on sale, so you can come out and get your smoked ham and your mutton and your pork right there in the middle of Charlestown. We are also going to have the agro-processing unit there selling some goodies. Those of you who do not want to have to go and mix up your raisin and rum and so on, they will be having it on sale. The mixture, if I should call it that, where you just have to put it in the cake. That it will be on sale, plus they have sorrel powder. I think they call it sorrel aid, where you just mix the powder with the water and the sugar and the passion fruit. And I think they might have some breadfruit powder and smoothies. So come on out and get your sorrel products, and also your meats, and also we will have some items from the craft house.
Also available will be doved pork, suckling pig and roasted chicken, as well as sweets such as jawbone breaker, peppermint, sugar cake and Christmas bread pudding. She also outlined the Christmas entertainment that would be offered.
We are hoping to have the Red Cross dance, the Mokajombi again, the masquerade, the clowns, the Japanese girls, the giant despair, and the maypole on display, along with the sweet lemon and some carol singing.
Maloney is encouraging persons to participate in Miracle on Main Street.
So come out and get your nice food and your potato pudding and your tart and your jabon break and your dove down pork. We have mutton and fish too for those who do not eat pork, and your local drink, and have a good time. There will be good entertainment, good music, and just let us enjoy our Christmas starting with Miracle on Main Street.
Friday's Miracle on Main Street, according to Maloney, will also feature a performance of the Johnny Walker by students of the St. Thomas's Primary School. That's it for tonight's edition of the Nevis Newscast. Thank you for viewing. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Good night.